Genesis 15, God's covenant with Abram. Hello. Welcome to the Holy Book Narration Bible. Today, we continue our journey through the book of Genesis with chapter 15, one of the most significant moments in biblical history. God makes a covenant with Abram, promising him descendants as numerous as the stars and granting him the promised land. Follow this powerful message of faith and covenant. After these things, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision, saying, "Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield. Your reward will be very great." But Abram replied, "Sovereign Lord, what will you give me since I remain childless? The heir of my house is Eliezer of Damascus." And he added, "You have given me no offspring, so a servant in my household will be my heir." Then the Lord said to him, "This man will not be your heir, but a son who is your own flesh and blood will be your heir." God took Abram outside and said, "Look up at the sky and count the stars, if you can count them. So shall your offspring be." Abram believed the Lord, and it was credited to him as righteousness. The Lord also said, "I am the Lord, who brought you out of Ur of the Chaldeans to give you this land to take possession of it." But Abram asked, "Sovereign Lord, how can I know that I will gain possession of it?" So the Lord said to him, "Bring me a heifer, a goat, and a ram, each 3 years old, along with a dove and a young pigeon." Abram brought all these to him, cut them in two, and arranged the halves opposite each other. But he did not cut the birds. Birds of prey came down on the carcasses, but Abram drove them away. As the sun was setting, Abram fell into a deep sleep, and a thick and dreadful darkness came over him. Then the Lord said to him, "Know for certain that your descendants will be strangers in a land not their own, where they will be enslaved and oppressed for 400 years. But I will judge the nation they serve, and afterward they will come out with great possessions. You, however, will go to your ancestors in peace and be buried at a good old age. In the 4th generation, your descendants will return here, for the sin of the Amorites has not yet reached its full measure." When the sun had set and darkness had fallen, a smoking firepot with a blazing torch appeared and passed between the pieces. On that day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, "To your descendants I give this land, from the Wadi of Egypt to the great river, the Euphrates land of the Kenites, Kenizzites, Cadmonites, Hittites, Perizzites, Rephates, Amorites, Canaanites, Girgashites, and Jebusites." This passage is one of the most important in the Bible. God reaffirms his promise to Abram, sealing an unbreakable covenant. This promise not only ensured the possession of the promised land, but also pointed to an even greater future, the coming of Christ, a descendant of Abraham, who would bring salvation to the world. If this story touched your heart, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to continue this journey through God's Word. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message, and leave a comment about what impacted you the most. In the next episode, we will see Genesis chapter 16, where Sarai and Abram make a decision that will have great consequences. Don't miss it. May the peace of the Lord be with you. See you in the next episode.